Hello everyone, Onlydraven here again, and today we're doing another tutorial in Minecraft Sky Factory 4. Today we're going to be doing an introduction to deep mob learning, which is a little bit more advanced than some of the other things I've covered already, but something that'll be very useful and something you should be able to get to early mid-game. So right off the bat, of course, if you like the video, you find it helpful, please be sure to click like, and more importantly, please be sure to make sure you hit that subscribe button. That way you'll see all my tutorials and videos as they come out. So this one has a little bit more steps than normal, so we're going to start with the very basics. A lot of the components you need in deep mob learning is going to be based on soot-covered redstone. So we're going to show you how to make that first. So soot-covered redstone is a block of coal, all right, and all you have to do is left click on it with regular redstone. Now I'm in creative, so when I do that, it's going to break the block of coal, but it's still going to give me a piece of soot covered redstone. In the normal game you will not have that problem. It's just going to drop a piece of soot covered redstone on the ground. But I'm going to give you an example here. So we just left click, and as you can see, I now have a piece of soot covered redstone. I can just drop another one here since I'm in creative, do it again, and I'll get another piece. But if you are in normal game and you're not in creative, just left clicking will cause a piece of soot covered redstone to just drop on the ground for you. And you can just repeat that as often as you need. So we'll get rid of those. So once you've got yourself a bunch of soot covered redstone, you're going to need to make some soot covered plates. And that is going to be a piece of soot covered redstone and 3 pieces of obsidian. Next, we're going to take the soot covered plates and we're going to make a soot-covered machine casing. That's 4 plates, 4 iron ingots, and a piece of soot-covered redstone. Now, the casing we need for several other components as well as the plates, but I wanted to show you how to make those first. So, for actual getting into using deep mob learning, we need several actual machines or components. And we need to start with a simulation chamber, and that is going to be one of the soot-covered machine casings I just showed you how to make, a glass pane, 2 ender pearls, 2 pieces of lapis, and a redstone comparator. That will give you a simulation chamber. Next, we need a loot fabricator, and that is going to be a piece of gold, or gold ingot, 2 pieces of diamond, another soot-covered machine casing, 2 yellow. You can use yellow water, different yellow components, but easy one is dandelion yellow, you can get from flowers, and another redstone comparator. That gives you your loot fabricator. Next, you're going to need at least 1 deep learner. The deep learner is 4 soot-covered plates, 3 redstone repeaters, a glass pane, and a piece of soot-covered redstone. Next, you're going to need to make blank data models. You'll probably need a bunch of these, but you need at least 1 for what we're doing today. And that's going to be 2 pieces of soot-covered redstone, a piece of stone, 4 pieces of lapis, 1 redstone repeater, and a gold ingot. You're also going to need a bunch of polymer clay. And polymer clay is going to be a piece of a gold ingot, a piece of lapis, an iron ingot, and 4 pieces of clay. Now, once you have a blank data model, you're going to use that to turn it into different mob data models. And for today's video, we're going to be focusing specifically on the zombie data model. And for a zombie data model, we take one of those blank data models we made and a piece of rotten flesh, and that will give us a zombie data model. Now, if you go in here and you just do a search for deep mob learning or @deep, you're going to see that there are a lot of different data models for majority of the mobs that are out there. So each one has its own recipes, which is going to be a blank data model and a component depending on what you're trying to make. Alright, so let's get started. So I already have a simulation chamber and a loot fabricator down. Now they do need an RF power source. For this I'm just using very basic combustion generators. Very easy to do. You can use majority of the different types of generators, but I just went real basic on this one, just feeding some wood into it to get it going. I want to get a power supply. We're also going to need that deep learner, and we're going to need that zombie data model. So the basics of what we're working here today is you're going to kill mobs to upgrade the level of your data model. As it upgrades, you have a better chance of it then in the simulation chamber, giving you something specific you're looking for. I'm going to get into that in a minute after we cover how to level up your data model. So you want to, with your deep learner, highlight it, right click, and that's going to open it. Now I already have a skeleton in here. I don't need that. We'll get rid of that. And you could just load a zombie data model down here in one of these 4 slots. Now you can do 4 different data models, or 4 of the same, at the same time. So you can do multiple. If you want to carry more than one deep learner on your person, you can have a whole bunch of different data models in there depending on the type of monster that you run up with. Now up here, as you can see, these are a couple of the different mobs that will help level this up. So zombies and little baby zombies. Now, once you have that, I'll just go ahead and pick that up to get rid of it. And the data model itself does not have to be highlighted. It just has to be in your inventory. And next thing you're going to do is you're going to need to kill some of the desired mobs. So since we're doing zombies, we're going to kill us some zombies. I've got a bunch down here ready to go. Now, as you scroll over your deep learner, you'll see in the bottom right-hand corner of my screen, it says that the level of this model is faulty. It's not very good. We need to level it up. It says 6 to go, so I need to kill 6 zombies to level it up to its next level, which is basic. So we're going to go ahead and kill some zombies. Again, I'm in creative, so they're not fighting back. Just doing this as an example. So kill ourselves a bunch of zombies. As you can see, it says 4 to go because I've killed 2 already. And there we go. You'll see it just popped up in the bottom corner that my zombie data model has reached the basic tier. So when I scroll over it, it says that I have 12 to go. That's to get to the next tier. And there are several different tiers. If you hold shift, over that, it'll give you a little bit more information. You're collecting data about the mob that you are killing. So again, and like I said, you just rinse and repeat and just keep killing mobs until it gets to the maximum level, and it will let you know when it can't be leveled any further. So kill a few more, even though it's not really going to get us to the next level. So again, it says 8 to go. I don't have 8, so we're just going to stop right there. But you can continue to carry it on your person and continue to level it up until it gets to its maximum level. Now, we're going to need some of that polymer clay that we talked about earlier. Now with polymer clay, we're going to go over to the simulation chamber. This is where we start. And we just right click on that. We're going to take our polymer clay and put it up here. Now next we want to take out the zombie data model from our deep learner. So we want to highlight over our deep learner, right click on it, and then just take it out. Once we have that out, here in our simulation chamber, we're going to take that data model, put it up here in the top left-hand corner. Now it's starting to work. As you can see here, it says that my chance of getting a pristine is 5%. That percent will increase the higher tier of your data model. Okay? So again, you can hold shift over to see what model or what level you have. Now, as this converts, it's turning our polymer clay into overworldian matter. Now, this is something you're going to use for different recipes down the road. It's the default. But I have a 5% chance here of getting something better, and that is pristine zombie matter. And that's what we're really looking for here. Now, I've gone ahead and got a stack ahead of time just to show you how it works. But it says here whether or not I got a pristine. It's running it now. This information is just giving you an example. But if you do get a pristine, it will pop up right here in this block. So let this finish out here at 100%. You can see that it failed. So all I got was an overworldian matter. I did not get a pristine. But again, those chances will increase the higher level of your tier. So, all right. So once you have some pristine matter of your choice, that's when we go to our loot fabricator. Now, loot fabricator is going to take that pristine zombie matter and allow you to turn it into different materials. So we'll take the pristine material we have here, drop it in this spot, and it will show you in this block the recipes that you can turn it into. So one of these will turn into a zombie head, 32 rotten flesh, 8 iron ingots, 8 carrots, 8 potatoes, or 3 inferium essences. And that's one. So if you click on, left click, the one you're interested in, it will then start converting 1 pristine matter into 3 inferium essence. You can then take that material and it's yours. Now, if you want to stop making that recipe, you can just left click on it and choose a different recipe, and it will continue. If you're done with that and you want to switch to a different type of pristine matter, say a skeleton or a creeper, you just take that back out, drop it in there, and it will show you the recipes that you can make with that specific pristine matter. And that's a great way to get a hold of a lot of different materials, especially some of the higher materials. Plus, some of these pristine matters themselves are needed for other recipes and some of the more advanced saplings and different materials out there. But that's really all the basic information you need to start deep mob learning, how to use the simulation chamber, the loot fabricator, and the deep learner, which again, you can carry multiple of to be able to do multiple different researches at the same time. And to see all of the different ones available, if you go into your crafting menu and just hit @deep, it'll pull up all of the components, which you can click on and see all of the recipes that we just looked at. Or you can click on any of the data models to see what material you need to make that specific. And then just go out there and get to killing that mobs. All right. Well, thank you very much for tuning in today. That should cover pretty much all the basics here. But if you do have any questions about this tutorial or any of my tutorials, please be sure to put those down in the comments. Also, if you have any recommendations for other tutorials you'd like to see, I'm always looking for recommendations as well. But I would like to thank everyone for watching today, and that should do us. Have a great day.